What is going on, YouTube? Finally coming back with a video that's not on my, or that's not in my car. So, I did this earlier today and then tried to get a good reaction going for it, but I ended up, video ran into a couple errors. I don't know if it actually got uploaded ever, but like I said, it was acting weird. But I wanted to come back and give my reaction for essentially the Canada-Germany semifinals in the Olympics right now for hockey. Germany was able to pull off, so far, in my opinion, the most massive upset of the Winter Olympics in hockey. I mean, the Slovakia beating Russia was probably the biggest upset overall, but it was maybe a less significant game because overall Russia still made it to the quarterfinals without having to do a play-in game. So that was the main thing, but it was, in my mind, the most surprising because Germany, while they have a good roster, did not have what it takes to beat Sweden. Sweden was, in my opinion, one of the four favorites to get to the gold medal game. U.S. probably below Sweden. Sweden was probably one of the top three, actually, between Russia and Canada and themselves as well. Germany has a good roster. I just didn't think in the same ballpark as Sweden, but they do have some talent on the back end. I mean, between like Christian Ehrhoff, that former Sharks defenseman. I mean, he's a quality NHL career. Seidenberg, again, same thing. The back end for Germany was really solid. Just the offense, I didn't think had enough to really carry them. But ultimately, Sweden couldn't hang on. Germany is now facing Canada in the semifinals and has a chance at a medal no matter if they win or lose. So I think that's pretty cool. But ultimately, the most massive upset, I still think, beating Sweden 4-3. On the other end of things, Czech Republic advances after beating the United States in a shootout. I already did a video on the whole United States stuff. Like I said, largely disappointing to see them knocked out before the semifinals. But losing to the Czech Republic is not a bad thing. Up and down Olympics definitely for the United States. There are only 2 wins coming over Slovakia. Losing to Slovenia was definitely the downer. Losing to Russia, I don't think is any surprise. They have a very good team. Ultimately, I think either way you look at it, if it's Russia and Canada, Russia, Germany, even if the Czechs make it against Germany. Either way, I think these 4 teams set up very well for an entertaining medal round because you got the good story in Germany, and then you got 3 quality teams in the Czech Republic, Russia, and Canada. So either way, for all the all the givens, the fact that mainly there's no NHL players playing this time around, I think it's a pretty good setup in the medal round. Obviously, you like to see the U.S. in there when you're from the United States, but that is what it is right now, and hopefully they can just make a good push in 2022. Hopefully the NHL players are back. Again, cover that in a different video, though. Really cool to see Germany make it this far. As I was saying before, it's not... I didn't even expect Germany to make it to the quarterfinals, to be perfectly honest. They contended very hard with Finland in their opening game, and from then on out, they were pretty good. Germany as a whole is a hockey country on the rise, I think. In my first video, I was talking about this. Again, if NHL players were playing, Leon Draisaitl of the Edmonton Oilers, really leading a solid youth movement over in Germany right now, and could continue again if 2022 brings back NHL players. But either way, I think it's cool to see the kind of the Cinderella story of the tournament, and no rooting interest individually for me at this point. Mainly just want to see good hockey, but definitely would be cool to see a good game between the Germans and the Canadians coming up here in the next few days. But just an exciting end. You got USA and Canada playing in women's hockey tonight. So, like I said, got a rooting interest there at least. Hopefully, USA can hold on for that portion of hockey. But like I said, it's cool to have a Cinderella story in there at least. But anyway, that is pretty much it from me. If you did see my earlier video, if it managed to get uploaded, then I'm sorry for the duplicates, but I wanted to go a little bit more in depth, focus a little bit more on it, and then make sure it actually got uploaded correctly. But anyway, that is pretty much it. See ya.